우린 삐딱선 타자 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 우린 삐딱선 타자 타자 타자.
Hey potatoes and potatoes. This trend is horribly overdone, and I know a lot of people are sick of it. However, I'm not above hopping on trends, and if there's even a little bit of a chance that there could be some productive discussions from this, then I'm all about it. The ranking video for Oh, Are You Late 2 is still in the works, for all two of you who are still interested in that lol. BTS aren't woke. This one might get me in trouble, and it is going to be hard to hear for some of you, but you all need to stop applying the woke label to K-pop groups. Namjoon's speech at the United Nations was touching. They've made great strides in educating themselves over the years, and I commend them for it. I especially praise J-Hope for his tribute to hip-hop and public crediting of the creator for Chicken Noodle Soup, and Namjoon for his song with Wale, Change, that you should all check out. Still, woke is a term that is specifically about Black American issues that stemmed from in-community conversations about police brutality and systematic racism. Considering no one in BTS has publicly stated support for organizations against police brutality, outside of Wale's verse in Change, which again, is a song by RM that you all should check out, or brought up issues specifically about systematic racism in the US or anti-blackness in Korea, then I don't think it is appropriate to call them woke just for not saying the N-word or being against racism.
I honestly have a little bit of mixed feelings about this. I know the whole point of the opinion is that they haven't spoken up about issues like this before. However, when they offended the Jewish community, when pictures of them resurfaced of them standing in front of a Holocaust memorial, they were quick to apologize for that. When the shooting happened in Las Vegas, they were quick to apologize for that. George Floyd isn't the first case that Black Lives Matter has been protesting for while they have been active as a group. I feel like BTS has had years. A large part of that, in my opinion, could be Big Hit, and is likely Big Hit. So I'm not going to completely blame the boys for not speaking out about this sooner. However, I don't know, I just feel like this is a little late, in my opinion, just to satisfy me personally. Still, it's a good thing that they spoke out, and I hope that they continue to speak out in the future if this is how they genuinely feel. Also, if you're an ARMY and you've used this statement to tear down another group who hasn't spoken up about the issue, or you just don't genuinely care about the issue and are only using this to make BTS look better, you're fucking disgusting. George Floyd could have been my dad, my cousin, my little brother. It's an issue that's very close to me and my community, to the Black community as a whole. And the fact that K-pop fans are just using this as fuels for fan wars and to make their faves look like freaking superheroes is disgusting. And it will not be tolerated on this channel. BTS could be genuinely supporting George Floyd and Black Lives Matter right now. I have no doubt in my mind that them as individuals do have support. But the way the fans have used idols coming out and actually saying something for once is wrong. Please don't do that anymore.
Midzys who only uplift Itzy by insulting other girl groups don't pass the vibe check. I've been seeing this sentiment shared a lot between Midzys, that Itzy is better than other girl groups because they don't sing love songs or have a cute concept, but instead about being different and loving yourself. Y'all need to understand that Itzy is a K-pop group. They are not their concept. They did not give themselves this concept. This was something given to them by JYP Entertainment because they saw that there was an audience for it. Itzy still faces many of the same hardships that all girl groups face. Leah's weight loss and extreme bullying was concerning, and a huge topic in the fandom. Yuna is a minor, and is still put in the most uncomfortable outfits. Cheering is still bashed by netizens daily for not fitting into the beauty standard. The girls themselves have said having this concept has given them more confidence over time. For this reason, I believe concepts like this are important because there are people who need it. I know Itzy's fanbase is made up of a lot of younger girls who probably need to hear their music, so here's some advice to those of you who fall into a mindset like this. The members of Itzy wouldn't want you insulting their peers to uplift them. Women in this industry are subjected to so much scrutiny and hate already. Itzy is subjected to so much scrutiny and hate already. And when you truly love yourself, like, what Itzy is promoting, you don't tear others down because you are too secure enough in your own self-worth to even feel the need to. Y'all need to chill. Personally, Map of the Soul, Persona wasn't my taste either. Still, some of y'all go so overboard with hating it. BTS is getting mainstream. Their old music was better. They sold out. It sucks so much that I can't even stand this group anymore. Listen, BTS has always been a group that experiments with different concepts and themes in their music. Not every album is going to be a win for you. If this album was enough for you to stop listening to them altogether, then this was probably a sign that you were growing out of the group anyway. A lot of y'all, although, wore your dislike for Persona so heavy on your sleeve that it became your identity, and that's a big yikes. One album that's a personal miss for you shouldn't weigh so much on your mind. Never let anyone or anything live in your mind rent-free. Warning, toxic onces and blinks will be deleted. I admire Dubcheng more as rappers for one simple reason: I have a soft spot for people who are more involved in the writing and production process and always will. As someone who grew up with hip-hop and R&B, writing has always been an integral part of your credibility as a rapper, and for that reason I prefer Daewon and Ching. Their voices and flow is perfect for their concept. People have this misconception that you need a deeper voice to be a good rapper, but the real test of a quality rapper is the ability to adapt to different styles and flows. Featuring Nicki Minaj is a whole genre of music because of this. And although I wouldn't say any of these women are on her level, I still admire Ching in particular for being able to change her fast and clear rap style to something softer and cuter to fit the wise. This doesn't mean that I don't like Blackpink's rap line. In fact, I love their different flows they often bring to the table too. The only thing that I don't like is that they aren't involved in the music and production process, and that's YG's fault. I also know Dahyun and Chain don't write all of their raps, and Jennie and Lisa have at least written a few verses for covers and Jennie solo. Still, the fact that Daeon and Ching are now more involved in the writing process and write songs for twice as BCIs just gives them more credit in my eyes. International fans have a huge misunderstanding of what the visual position is and what a visual actually often contributes to the group. Visuals aren't just being rewarded for being pretty. Visuals are often used for advertisements and commercials to bring interest and money to the group. Often when a group is flopping, or on a downward slump, the money brought in from the visual of the group's work sustains the whole group and puts food on the table when their music isn't. Visuals are often also trained in acting, comedy, and given media-friendly personas so that they can attract a larger audience for the group. A great example of this is Unwoo from Astro. Without the general interest from the public from his work on variety shows and dramas, then Astro would have flopped despite them being so talented. Visual may be a job given to someone because they're pretty, but being pretty is only one aspect of what a visual does and contributes to the group. If a visual is useless, then that's usually the fault of bad management and not the position itself. As well, as much as fans like to say that visuals shouldn't matter because they'd like the group anyway. You know that's not true, and you're being dishonest when you say that. Visuals, of the group as a whole, can't keep you interested in the group, but they're often part of what got you to check them out. Just because you personally think another member or even the whole group is attractive does not negate this. Stop disrespecting people for literally doing their jobs. Y'all don't understand capitalism at all. Big Hit has made massive oversights over the years when it comes to managing BTS, and y'all praising them for doing the bare minimum when it comes to making sure that they're healthy and safe is just capitalism at work. They will and are, like all companies do, milk their most profitable artists for as much as they can until they can't anymore. That's how the entertainment industry works, and has always worked. Y'all company stands searching for the angel among demons is pure clown behavior. Big Hit is no better than JYP or SM just because they let BTS write and produce their own songs, and hires a therapist for them on the few weeks a year that they're not promoting. This pertains to girl groups, because boy group fans seem to argue about this less. But if you don't have a background in dance, then you saying that you think X or Y is the best dancer of Z-Gen is just your personal opinion. I think Sunjayan from CLC is the best dancer of 3rd Gen, and Alexa and Cheon are the best 4th Gen dancers, but I have no background in dancing, so this is not backed up by anything purely other than my personal preference. This does not mean that people can't identify a good dancer when they see one, just that they can't really back it up with their own knowledge of the subject. People often have to use the opinions of choreographers who have worked with idols, praise for a particular performance, or an award given to their faves as evidence to support their opinion for this very reason. I love seeing idols grow as people. Be educated. Own up where they mess up. But too many times I've seen fans not using the phrase they've changed to mean that their faves have genuinely put in the work to be better and do better, but as a way to shut someone down. They've changed or they've apologized often means shut up and let it go in a very slick and demeaning way. If people can't learn about an idol's past mistakes, then what's the point of the idol apologizing and educating themselves in the first place? Plus, no one is obligated to forgive your idol even if they apologize, and that shouldn't be considered hate. If a person isn't saying you shouldn't like so-and-so because they did this when an idol apologized or isn't actively demeaning an idol for their past that they've already owned up to, then they aren't obligated to forgive an idol for their past when they apologize. Accepting an apology is individual. A lot of idols do offensive things towards other cultures, and you have no right to weaponize their growth to shut people up. An apology not accepted isn't inherently malicious until someone starts spreading hate, and don't lump those hateful few in with the people who just genuinely can't move past something your faves did. Anyway, that's all for today. Are there any opinions you agree or disagree with? Comment below. And, as always, stay safe and healthy my wonderful fries.